Season shaping up into a more open title race?
I think that we were talking about this before. A lot of good teams, and then maybe it will be more difficult for everyone. Everyone will lose more games, and hopefully it will be good for us because we have already lost 2.
Which teams do you believe are in the title race then?
I think clearly it's obvious that the City is there now, Aston Villa could be there, and Arsenal, Chelsea, United, and hopefully Liverpool.
You say perhaps more of the big teams will lose more games this season. Any idea on how many points could win the title?
Not really. We were not thinking about points. Our idea is to think about each game. So you say you have lost 2 games, but maybe we will not lose any game in the next 5, and the other teams will lose 1 or 2, and then it will be the same distance. So I think it's important just to focus in one game, and that's it.
Is this weekend then an opportunity to make up some ground, given there is a Manchester derby and Chelsea play Tottenham as well?
Yeah, it will be the same during the season. You will have important games for everyone, but we have to think about just our game. So we cannot have any influence in the other games. So to win against West Ham is our priority, and see what happens in the other games.
Dirk Kuyt became the club's 3rd highest European goal scorer ever in midweek. How big an achievement is that?
I think that 2 positives. One is for him, clearly he's scoring goals in Europe, he's a good player, and the other positive is the club is still involved in Europe. That is very important, so we can play more games in Europe. You will see Torres, Kuyt, Josie or someone scoring goals, and will be good for the statistics.
How key a figure has Kuyt become for the side though? How key a figure has Kuyt become?
Kuyt always has been a very important player, playing as a striker, a second striker, or as a winger. His commitment is 100%, his mentality is very positive, he works great, and also his quality. So he's the kind of player that all the managers want to have in their team.
Are you tempted to almost keep him in that more central role at the moment, especially with Yossi playing well out wide?
Yeah, but it's one of the options. Always when we prepare the squad for each game, we think about who can play here, who can play there, then Kuyt can play everywhere.
Difficult though, is it with Mascherano coming back to fitness as well? I mean, has he got a battle to regain his place, if you like?
Yeah, but it's good for me. So when you have more players available, it's a headache, but it's much better because I think you can manage in a different way, and if you have problems during a game, also you can change players and change positions, so that is very good. 47
goals in the last 16 Premier League games you've scored as well. Is it fair to say that in that time, in some of that time at least, you haven't had Fernando Torres at his best?
Yeah, we know that if Fernando is his best, he will score goals, but if the team is scoring goals, if some players like Kuyt are scoring a lot of goals, that is really positive. But we have to look for goals for everywhere, so it's not just 1 or 2 players. Is
that then a big positive, the fact that you are scoring so many, even if Fernando isn't at his best?
Yeah, when you have your top scorer scoring goals, everybody can talk about him. But for me as a manager, it's better to have more options, more players getting into the box, scoring goals, and then it will be also more difficult for the other defenders.
Do you expect Fernando to get perhaps a goal and then go on a bit of a run?
Yeah, I think that Fernando the other day was much better for me. He was working very hard, and when we talk about the strikers, always we are trying to talk about goals, but he was working for the team, and that is for me a positive thing, and I am sure that he will score goals, and also if he can keep working at the same level, the team will score more goals.